Hey friends, come along with us and see what we learned about immigration during Hawaii's sugar plantation era. Hi, this is Scott from Scott and Tracy Traveling. Welcome to our channel, where our motto is, travel now, it may be later than you think. If you've seen some of our previous videos, you may know that I grew up in Hawaii. While on Oahu recently, we visited a couple places that showed us the history of my immigrant ancestors. The first place we visited was Hawaii's Plantation Village. In the small museum, they displayed the history of the sugarcane industry that eventually imported many immigrants to Hawaii. The plantations first used the native Hawaiians as workers before recruiting Chinese, Portuguese, Japanese, Okinawans, Puerto Ricans, Koreans, and Filipinos. There were displays with pictures and stories of the sugar plantation days. The Big Five sugar companies drastically changed Hawaii in many ways, including environmental, geopolitical, as well as changing the makeup of the island's inhabitants. However, in this video, we'll just cover the history of the immigrant plantation workers. Communication among workers from different countries forced the workers to learn standard Hawaiian terms while also incorporating some of their words in daily use. Most of the food terms are still used today, and some are now known internationally. Then we headed outside to see the restored or recreated buildings that the plantation workers used or lived in. The Chinese Society building was the most impressive on the site. Most of the structures housed items, decor, or displays from the plantation era. There were also kitchens for each nationality. Besides the kitchen, the Portuguese house also had an oven. We spent about an hour touring the buildings and reading some of the display material. Each plantation worker was identified by a numbered tag, and each nationality had a different style of tag. The village looked like a pretty good example of how the plantation workers lived. If you're returning to our channel, thank you very much for your continued support. If you're new to our channel, we're glad you found us. We are a retired couple who love to travel and hope our videos will inspire others to travel the world. Any questions or comments are welcome. If you like this video, Please give it a thumbs up as it helps promote the video, and consider subscribing to our channel. On our way out, we passed the Waipahu Memorial Stone. This stone was from a plantation cemetery and was dedicated to deceased workers who didn't have any families to tend their graves. Then we visited the Japanese Cultural Center of Hawaii. The center has a big display about the history of immigrants from Japan, which included my ancestors. Immigration to Hawaii from Japan first started in the 1860s. However, the first small group wasn't suitable to plantation work, and it was a failure. It was about 20 years before another group was brought from Japan and required them to be farmers or laborers. There was a beautiful mural of a period sailing ship loading immigrants. It made me think that a lot of these immigrants realized that they would never see their home, family, or friends again. Displays continued with tools and stories of plantation life. Like immigrants throughout history, economics was a driving factor, and displays showed the decisions the individuals had to make. Like many other immigrant stories, the group encountered situations they didn't expect. They just became a number. And Hawaii wasn't a paradise for them. Once established, each worker had to decide on their future. And, like other immigrant groups, their children were a major factor in their decisions. Eventually, many workers left the hard plantation life and opened new businesses. A crisis arose for the Hawaii-born children when the U.S. entered World War II. That generation felt that they had to prove that they were loyal Americans. A large group from Hawaii volunteered for service, and many didn't return. The name of one of my uncles is on that wall. The sacrifices made by those soldiers probably paved the way for increased participation in local and national politics. The center was an interesting insight into the lives of my parents, grandparents, and even a couple great-grandparents. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned to our future travel stories.